Hello there. A hugely common question right now among newbies is, after you cut out your pieces, how do you get the clay up off of your glossy work surface without distorting the heck out of them? How do you get them up? All right, there's a few things to know. Number one, if you're having a lot of trouble with distortion, are you using an off brand of clay, or is your clay too soft? One of the most frustrating things with that no-name brands of clay, the no-name brands like Arteza, a lot of clay that you get off of Amazon and Wish.com, those clays are really soft and they're a little bit like gum, and they're really frustrating to work with. So make sure that you're using a better brand of clay like Primo. This is Primo Gold. Souffle is great. Cernit is great. There are a lot of really good brands. You can check for them on my website. Anyway, now make sure you have a good brand. Now I have rolled out my clay, made a sheet of it. I've laid it down on my glass work surface. I like working on glass because when the clay sticks to it, it means that my clay's not moving all over the place on a piece of paper, which drives me nuts. So I cut them out. Another nice thing about working on glass is that I can press my cutters down and I can lift my cutter out without it sticking in my cutter, all right? Because it stays to the glass. Now, how do I get it up? If I lift my clay up and I pull my clay up, no problem. Now, how do I get these pieces up? It's easy to assume that what you do is you just lift with your fingernail and pull it up. Well, okay, I'm sorry, that doesn't make a very good earring. That's not a good strategy because now we're all distorted, and when I smash it back down, I have fingerprints, and not good. So you think, well, I'm going to use my finger to do it. So very lightly and try to pull that up, but it's stuck really well on this glass. So this is like, by the time you push that up and you get it up, well, yeah, that's not a good thing either. So what we use is a blade. Now, you've probably seen in videos, a lot of polymer clay artists use these blades. We've been using these blades for, 30 years. They're actually scraper blades. Back in the days before polymer clay had dedicated tools, we just used scraper blades, like for scraping floors and stuff. And I like this one because it's not terribly sharp. I don't have to worry about cutting myself. And mine is fairly rigid, so it's not flopping all over the place. Now, what you do is I'm going to use this blade to lift up the clay, but how do I do it without distorting it? Now, if I just set my blade flat down on my glass and try to slide it across, that raises this front edge of the blade a little bit, which just smacks into the clay. That's no good. So if I hold my blade too vertically and try to scrape, not only does it squeak, but it makes it's going to smack into the clay and smash it. See, and that's no good either. So what I want to do is hold it at like about a 45-degree angle. And when you do, I'm going to move that guy because now he's in the way. If I come right at this big angle here, I've got a large, broad area. I have a lot of area to smack up against. So I find that what'll happen if I come at it is I start see how it distorted right there? And now we have another distortion problem. So a much better solution is look for the smallest area. In this case, I would not come to the side of this lemon. I would come to the point of this lemon. Come at it at a 45-degree angle. Don't just come and smack at it. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide, and I'm going to move with a sliding motion, kind of like that. So I'm going to come at it, and I'm going to keep moving and lift as I get to the end. So now we have a piece that doesn't have any distortion, and I can set that down on my work surface. The same thing here. Find a small area, come at it in a sliding motion, and don't stop as you come all the way through. Now, another little thing, make sure that your blade isn't up a little bit, because if you're not pushing your blade all the way with both fingers, both thumbs, pushing it down on the work surface, and part of it is raised, or if you've bowed it, then your blade is going to cut into your clay, which of course messes it all up. So again, 45-degree angle, come sliding at it, and don't stop. Like And again, same thing. And that's how you get your pieces up off of a glasswork surface with a blade without distorting them.